Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. To do as or not to do as? That is the question. And today I'm going to talk about it. So let's get to it. Right now, I'm in my real bare metal computer, my main production computer, which is running Arch Linux with the DWM window manager. And today I'm going to work in two virtual machines. I'm going to work in a virtual machine of Arch Linux and a virtual machine of Debian 13. But first, I'm going to go into my Arch Linux virtual machine. So don't go away. I'll be back. I'm back. And like I said, I'm in a virtual machine of Arch Linux. First thing I'm going to do is open up a terminal. And oh, by the way, I'm running Arch Linux with the DWM window manager with my configuration file. I'm going to open up a terminal, which is Alt-Enter. I used archinstall, the Arch Linux automated installer, to install this system. And when I was going through the installer, I used it to make my username Mench and to give Mench Sudo privileges. Now you might be wondering where that is. I'm going to go into Etsy, I'm going to ls it, and I'm going to go into the sudoers file. And I'm going to clear the screen first. I'm going to do sudo vim sudoers. I put my password in. So here you see, and let's just go up to the top because so here you see everything is commented out, right? And when you go down to line 122, root has all privileges. Now, when I make a user manually and I give my user sudo privileges manually, there's two ways that I would do it. Normally, I would just go into line 122, copy it to line 123, and then take out the root and type in mench, all equals all. And of course, another way that you can do it, and it's the way probably most people would do it, they would go down to line 125, delete the hashtag or the number sign and make line 125 active, so whoever is part of the wheel group has sudo privileges. But I didn't do it manually, and I let archinstall, the Arch Linux automated installer, do it for me. So how does Mench have sudo privileges? Because on line 123 you don't see Mench, all. And line 25, the real group is deactivated. It has a number sign there or a hashtag there. So how did Arch Linux, the automated installer, give Mench sudo privileges? Well, if we go to the bottom, see line 139 at the very bottom, it says include directory etc sudoers.d. So that's included. So let's see what's in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into root. I'm going to put root's password in. I'm going to ls it. And I'm going to go here into sudoers.d. I'm going to cd into sudoers.d, and I'm going to clear the screen. Now I'm going to ls it. And there you can see it says 00_mench. Let's vim into there. And let's just make another line so you can see this. Look at that. There it is. Mench, all equals all. So that's how archinstall, the Arch Linux automated installer, gives a user sudo privileges. So now I'm going to close that. And let's just exit out of root. And let's just cd out of there. And now I'm going to go to workspace 5, and I'm going to open up Firefox, Alt-W, W for web. Okay. And I'm going to go to Arch Linux website. I'm going to go to the wiki, and I'm going to go to search, and I'm going to type in Doas. And it's going to bring Doas up here, and I'm going to scan down. So this tells you how to install Doas and how to configure it in Arch Linux. Now I'm just going to scan right down. So I'm just going to point out this note. If you are thinking of replacing sudo Doas in Arch Linux, in other words, you're going to install Doas and delete sudo, you might have troubles deleting sudo. And even if you get sudo deleted, some things aren't going to work because some things are hard-coded into sudo in the Arch Linux system. For example, base-devel. And I'm going to show you that. So to install the Doas package, we're going to have to type in open Doas with no hyphen and no dashes, no hyphens, no spaces. So I'm going to go back to the terminal. So I'm going to type it in like that. Open Doas is one word. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to put my password in. And we're going to install it. It's installed. So let's try to do an update with Doas. And it's not going to work because when you install Doas, it doesn't give you a configuration file. You're going to have to make one. So let's do Doas. Let's just do an update. Okay, let's try that. Let's just say N for no. And look at that, it doesn't work. There's no configuration file. So we're going to have to make a configuration file. So we're going to cd into Etsy. We're going to type in the command like that, sudo vim doas.conf. So whatever you do, don't delete sudo first. Well, I guess if you do delete sudo first, And you probably shouldn't delete sudo anyways in Arch Linux, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But if you do happen to delete sudo first, you could just switch into root and do this. But it's better to leave sudo in. So I left sudo in, sudo vim doas.conf. I'm going to hit enter, and of course it's blank. I'm going to go back to the Arch Linux website, and I'm going to scan down, and I'm going to copy this line. Now notice the word persist is there. So by default, like in OpenBSD is installed, OpenBSD installs Doas by default. And by default in OpenBSD, so they say Doas is more secure. Number one, it has a much simpler configuration file than sudo. And secondly, by default with Doas, when you're in the terminal and you type in a command that needs authorization, you have to put your password in. And every time you type in a command that needs authorization, you have to keep typing in your password every time. Whereas with sudo, you go into a terminal, you type in a command that needs privileges, you type sudo in your password and run the command. And if you need to type in another command with sudo, you don't need to put your password in again, unless you wait a certain amount of time or log out of the terminal and back in. Well, you can make Doas work that way too, but you have to put the word persist in. So you see this configuration file, see where it has the word persist in? If in your Doas configuration file you put the word persist in, then when you're in the terminal, you can run a command with authorization, Doas and the command, you put your password in. Then if you run another command with Doas, you won't have to keep putting your password in. It will last for 5 minutes or until you log out of the terminal and back in. Anyways, I'm going to copy this. Let's copy. Let's go back to the terminal and let's insert it. And let's just make another line just so this one's easier to read. And let's save the file. And let's do this. Doas. Let's just clear the screen. Let's do Doas. Let's try to update the system. Doas is asking for my password, so I'm going to put Mench's password in. And we're updating the system. And of course, there's nothing to update because I updated it before I turned the camera on. Okay. Now let's type in the command again. Now this time we won't have to put our password in. See? But if I take that second word out, persist, let's save the file. Now let's run the update command, put my password in. There's nothing to do. Let's run the command again. I'm going to have to put my password in again. And there's nothing to do. Let's clear the screen. Let's run the command again. And see, I have to keep putting my password in. So I guess in that way it's more secure. So the idea behind that is to make it more secure. So if it has memory for 5 minutes and you run a command, you put Doas, your password in and run a command, you have to walk away from your computer. You have to go to the other place in the building. Someone could come to your computer and run a command without putting the password in. So this is more secure because every time you run a command with Doas, you have to put your password in. But if you want to make it work like sudo, then you're going to put the word persist in there. Let's go back in. Let's type in persist, leave a space. And of course, you have to spell persist right. Okay. And let's save it. And let's clear the screen. I'm going to run the update command. There it is. Let's just close the terminal. Let's do that again. Let's run the update command. I have to put my password in. Now let's run the update command again. And it's going to remember it for 5 minutes or until I log out of the terminal and back in. So now it's functioning like sudo. And of course, that's less secure because if I walk away from my computer, if I run a command and walk away from the computer, someone could come in and type in a command, right? But I don't have to worry about that because my wife is the only other person that has access to my computer and she wouldn't do that. Okay. So now let's say you think, well, I don't need sudo anymore and you want to get rid of sudo. Watch what happens. Let's put the command in and what does it say? It won't let me take sudo out. Failed to prepare transaction. Could not satisfy dependencies. Removing sudo breaks dependency required by base-devel. Now, if I remove base-devel, let's clear the screen and let's remove base-devel. Oh, it's going to let me remove base-devel. Now base-devel is gone. Now it's going to let me remove sudo and it's letting me remove sudo. Now sudo is gone. Right? So let's say I try to sudo vim into doas.conf. It won't let me do it. There's no sudo. The only problem with this is that we've removed base-devel. That means you won't be able to download and install a package from the AUR, the Arch user repository, and you won't be able to build a package from source like DWM or ST, the simple terminal. So what I'm going to do now is reinstall base-devel. And notice when I'm installing base-devel, it's installing sudo because it's a dependency. Okay, so now I have both installed, and that's how you do it in Arch Linux. Let's just do a fast Fast fetch. So you can see I'm in archlinux. This is a KVM QEMU virtual machine made with Virt Manager. I'm in a Zesh configuration file. I'm in DWM, and I'm in the ST terminal. So now I'm going to close down this virtual machine, and I'm going to open up a virtual machine of Debian and go through the same exercise. So don't go away. I'll be back. So now I'm in a virtual machine of Debian 13 with the DWM window manager with my configuration file, and Alt-Enter is going to open up the ST terminal, and let's do a fast fetch. So you can see I'm in Debian 13, Trixie. I'm in KVM QEMU because it's a virtual machine. I'm in the Zesh configuration file. I'm in DWM window manager, and I'm in the ST terminal. Now let's type in htop, and this virtual machine has 4 processors, 4 gigs of RAM, and the installer, the Debian automated installer, gave it 2.5 gigabytes of swap, and I'm running at 221 megabytes of RAM. Not bad, eh? Let's clear the screen. So I installed this Debian 13 using the Debian installer, and I allowed the installer to create my user called Mench, and I allowed it to give Mench Sudo privileges. So now we're going to go into Etsy. I'm going to LL it. So you see right at the top here, we have a sudoers file. I'm going to do a sudo vim sudoers, type it in, and put my password in. Now we're at the top of the file, and let's just scan down. So when you allow the Debian installer to make a user for you and to give your user sudo privileges, you don't have to do anything in the configuration file. It's already set. So you can see on line 47, it says root all equals all. And on line 50, it says sudo is all equals all. Notice line 50 is activated. There's no number sign there or the hashtag there. And that was installed by default like that. I didn't do anything in this file after my installation. And also notice that whoever is a member of the sudo group has sudo privileges. So in Arch Linux and many other Linux distributions, this line would say whoever is part of the wheel group has all sudo privileges. And then you have to either leave it deactivated with the comment sign there or take the comment sign out and activate the line. But here it doesn't say whoever is part of the wheel group has all privileges. Whoever is part of the sudo group has all privileges, okay? Why they did it that way, I have no idea, but it works. And like I said, I didn't do anything in this file. That's just the way it was, the way the Debian installer set it up. So I'm going to get out of there. So if you type in groups, you can see Mench is part of the sudo group, but not part of the wheel group. And that's just the way the Debian installer set it up. So I'm going to type in a command like that to install open Doas. Okay, let's see if we can use Doas to do an update. Let's hit enter, and it won't let me do it because there's no configuration file. So we have to make one, or we can copy one. So if you go here, let's scan down. On this page here in Debian, it's going to give us some options. And notice here, they're telling you persist as one of the options. And we can scan down. And here it's going to tell us even where there is an example of a configuration file. So what I'm going to do is copy this line. Let's copy it. Let's go back to the terminal. Let's insert it in. Let's hit enter. Let's clear the screen. So let's just do this, pwd. That's where we are. We're in user share doc open Doas examples. Let's ls it. And there's an example of a doas.conf. Let's vim into it. And that's the example. So I'm going to copy it. Let's just see who it's owned by. Oh, it's owned by root. So I'm going to type in the command like that. And let's cd out of there. And let's go into Etsy. Let's ls it. And here it is right here, doas.conf. Let's clear the screen. Let's sudo into vim doas.conf. Now what I'm going to do is number 9. So this was an example of a configuration file. And number 9 is saying to allow mark to run as root. Well, there is no mark here. So instead of deleting it, I'm just going to comment it out just because it's there as an example. And then line 6, I'm going to add the line. Well, let's just leave line 6 the way it is, right? Let's save it. Now let's see if we can do an update. Let's clear the screen. Let's do Doas apt update. It's asking for my password, and all packages are up to date. Now let's run the command again. See, it's asking me for my password again. So in that way, it's more secure in case I walk away from my computer, right? So put the password in again, and all packages are up to date. Now let's go back into the configuration file, and let's add the word persist and save the file. Now it's going to function more like sudo. Let's clear the screen. So let's do an update, put my password in, and all packages are up to date. Now let's run the command again. See, this time I don't have to put my password in, and it's going to last for 5 minutes or until I log out of the terminal and back in. Now let's CD out of there and let's clear the screen. Now let's see if it's going to let me uninstall Sudo. Let's see if it's going to let me, because in Arch Linux it wouldn't let me remove Sudo until I first removed base-devel, and then it allowed me to remove Sudo. But that meant I wouldn't be able to install anything from the AUR, the Arch user repository, or build something from source like DWM or Simple Terminal. Let's see if it's going to let me remove this. Because in the Debian website there was no warning about removing Sudo or about other packages being hard-coded and dependent on Sudo. There was nothing in there in the Debian wiki about that, but there was something in the Arch Linux wiki. So let's remove Sudo. Oh, it's going to let me do it. And now Sudo is removed. Let's do Sudo. Let's just make sure it's not working. Sudo apt update, and Sudo is not found. Now that I remove Sudo, I wonder if I can still build something from source. What I'm going to do is close the terminal, and I'm going to open up Xterm. I'm going to cd into builds, ls it. I'm going to cd into st. I'm going to take cd terminal out because I built it from source, right? I'm going to do sudo make uninstall. I'm going to put the Doas password in, or Mench's password. Now it's done. Now let's clear, well, let's just go to another, let's go to workspace 3. Let's do alt P. Oh, let's do alt enter. And of course, st terminal doesn't open up because it's no longer installed. Okay, let's go back to workspace 1 where I have, let's clear the screen. Now let's see if we can, so sudo has been removed, right? So let's do, let's see if we can rebuild the st terminal. Sudo make clean install. And it's going to say no, so we can't do it because sudo is no longer installed, right? So let's do Doas make clean install, hit enter. And we're reinstalling the st terminal, building it from source. Let's clear the screen. And let's just close that. And let's do alt enter and see if my st terminal opens up. And it does. How about that, eh? Now, one more thing I want to show you before I go, and that's this. I always type in sudo reboot or sudo shutdown now. But with sudo gone, it doesn't work that way. Watch. But here, sudo is gone. So in order to shut down, in order to reboot, I'm going to do, like, watch. If I do Doas reboot, put my password in, nothing happens. Let's do Doas shutdown now, nothing happens. So what I'm going to do is, if I type in the command like that, Doas system control reboot, it's going to reboot. Now I don't want to reboot it now because I don't want this video to be too long. And if you want to shut down, you're going to do Doas system control power off. Let's try it. And it works. And now I'm going to close that down. And look at all these virtual machines I have. I really need to clean out my system. And that's it. In this video, I showed you how Arch install, the Arch Linux automated installer, gives a user sudo privileges and where the configuration file is. I showed you how to install Doas and how to make a configuration file for Doas. I showed you what happens when you try to remove sudo and how to remove sudo and the effect it has on the system where you won't be able to install anything from the AUR, the Arch user repository, or build from source like DWM or st terminal. And if there is a way around it, let me know in the comments. And I also showed you in Debian 13 Trixie how the installer gives a user sudo privileges and where the configuration file is and how it's a little bit different than it is in Arch Linux or in other Linux distributions. I showed you how to install Doas in Debian, how to make a configuration file for Doas in Debian. I showed you how to remove sudo from Debian. And I showed you how in Debian, it's really easy to remove sudo. There doesn't seem to be anything hard-coded into it. And how after removing sudo, you can still build a package from source, like the Simple Terminal. So overall, I really do like Doas. And I like the fact that Doas is installed by default in OpenBSD. And I like the way it works. And I like the way it works in Debian too. But I'm not sure I like the way it works in Arch Linux. In Arch Linux, it doesn't look like it would be a good replacement for sudo, but that you could use it along with it. Unless you know something different. And if you do, let me know in the comment. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mench.